Life's frustrating in its own ways. I'm trying to find a way to make it day after day, wave after wave. Face it, these battles with tears don't make me innocent.
That is the hit single. I mean, this thing exploded on social media. Back Home is the name of it. It's by Stephen Thomas. Why are we talking about this? Because Stephen Thomas is from Charleston, West Virginia native. He's a recording artist, and he is right now red hot. Red hot. Back Home has surpassed 300,000 views on TikTok within 24 hours of its release. He joins us on MetroNews Talk Line. Stephen, how are you, man?
Hey, how are you? How are you? How's everything?
Well, how's everything with you? You are red hot right now.
Hey, man, listen, first off, I want to say it's an honor to be here. I did not expect this opportunity, and I'm grateful, man. I'm just really grateful, Hoppy, to be on your show. And as far as being red hot, I love the introduction, man. I can't even lie. That was so cool. So, yeah, that was awesome. But, I mean, red hot?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you are. You are. You are. Are you back in West Virginia now?
No, we're not yet. We're on the road. I'm actually coming in really soon, and we have just been traveling. We're touring. I'm actually going to be back in West Virginia here in a few days.
Are you? Are you going to perform? Or are you just coming back for family and friends, or what?
Well, you know what? There's nothing more than I would love to do in West Virginia than perform. I would love to do some stuff in my state, man. I really would. I would love to do the festivals.
Call up your friend Woody Woods at the Beat, and he ought to be able to work something out. I mean, Woody Woods can make things happen, so he should.
Man, hey, he's the man, brother. He's the man.
How did you get started? I know you were a DJ early, right? How did you get started in music?
So I was a DJ. I started at 17 DJing on 98.7 The Beat, which we're now 107.3. So I started there at 17, and then I was always doing music. Mm-hmm. So I started out in Christian music, crossed over in R&B, hip hop, pop, and now I'm going rock and alternative as well. And which this is to let you know, this is actually my first single in rock and alternative, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, we've been dominating a lot of the media-based charts for now. I just received yesterday. We have now been on the radio charts for 5 consecutive weeks.
Really?
Looking even into the Billboard being next and on its way.
Well, Stephen, you're rolling. Stephen Thomas is with us, Charleston, West Virginia native, and you just described a bunch of genres. You seem like genre bending because Back Home is more like alternative rock. You've also done like hip hop, kind of rap, R&B. So you're all over the place. Is that a problem because you can't be defined in a particular genre, or is that an advantage?
You know what? I think You know how they say you have a blessing and a curse in the same?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it's more of an advantage of being on the universal side, because here's one thing that I've learned about myself. I got asked a few days ago, what do I specialize in? Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what I specialize in is trying new things. What I specialize in is being an artist that you can't put in a box. If you really want to be technical about it, I mean, if you pay attention to some of the greats, man, Michael Jackson and, the James Brown, the Jimi Hendrix, you have a lot of artists that back in the day, especially like Michael Jackson, he reached a lot of demographic, but a lot of them wanted to call him the king of pop. But,
right.
Prince did rock. But at the same time, though, I think what I love about myself that makes me stand up, that sets me apart, just like them, is that we're able to reach all demographics. But not only that, but I'm able to reach demographics and do the lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now?
I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that really does make me stand out, and it's a blessing, man. But in the industry where the curse part of it is that they want to define you to, this is what your lane is. So everything that we do when it comes to marketing and things like that, I'm like, no, we say I'm multi-genre. We say I'm universal. We say those words because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Tell me
That Stephen Thomas is with us, Charleston, West Virginia native, recording artist, and he is really emerging in the music scene. This song "Back Home," when I listened to it, I got chills because it resonated with me. I think it's resonating with people because you talk about the challenges of life and pulled in a lot of different directions. Then you go to back home. Like, is that like all these things happen in your life, yet you've got to stay true to yourself, or you got to have your North Star? I mean, what is that about?
In everything that you do, you got to do your best to stay true to yourself. I had one of my producers, shout out to Reggie Hamlet, years ago. We had a talk in the studio, and one of the things that he said was, don't be so original that you're not relatable. And that's been almost like 10 years ago since we had that talk. Maybe probably like 12 years ago now. And I kid you not, that stuck with me, and I never left that. And one of the biggest things with Back Home is that Back Home is a record that says whatever is back home to you, get back to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a guy yesterday that talked about he loves being a chef. His name is Nick. He was like, man, I loved being a chef, but I'm working this job. And sometimes what happens is that I get it that we all need finances.
Right.
We're all doing a lot of things sometimes that we probably we don't want to do, and I'm sure of it. But sometimes getting back home is also taking that leap of faith, taking that risk, taking that opportunity, just taking that jump and saying, yo, I'm going after it. And a lot of people go to their grave with their dreams still burning inside them.
Are you fulfilling your dream?
I'm working on it. I'd say we're working on it because at the end of the day, you're always still pursuing. It never stops. You know what I mean? Because when you get to a certain point in life, you're just like, you know what? I think I want to do this or I like this. But then times change. We become interested in new things. So you're always pursuing that dream, and you just can't stop dreaming. That's where it stops, is when you stop dreaming. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have fond memories of growing up in Charleston, or was it hard scrabble? How was it?
Man, I do. I grew up in Charleston. I mean, west side of Charleston. I mean, I had fun. I played ball down. I played ball for Capital. Went to Horseman, and just went to really just good schools, and I had good times, man. I had good times, and it was one of those things where it's like one of my dear good friends and brothers is Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. Yeah. And me and Landau, like we actually just had a conversation probably about a couple months ago, about last month. Last month we just talked about how when we met each other, we was at the Multi-Fest. I was working security at like 14, 15 years old, and the shot lights were there, and we're sitting up here talking about how they called people on stage, and me and him sung on stage together, and that was the first time we ever met, and we've been best of friends and like brothers since.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's fond memories because you're just like, dang, here it is, we were doing this, and now here it is, we're doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really amazing, and it's
you sound
amazing,
like you sound like, and I watched a couple interviews with you. I don't know if you're like this all the time, but you sound like you're really feeling good, on a roll about where you are right now professionally. True?
You know what? I will say this. Back Home is becoming one of my biggest records.
Yeah.
Since. And to have seen the success that it's having, I've been considered now for a total of 5 Grammys.
Right.
I just received the plaque about 6 months ago or so for hitting number 2 in the iTunes charts with Blake Shelton. And now here it is that I'm doing this genre, rock and alternative, and to have seen the success that it's having. I mean, I just partnered with Amazon Music, and we filmed a commercial, and I looked about a few days ago and found out that it's over 960,000 views and almost at 1 million views on TikTok. And I'm just really excited about how it's coming along, because this This is my record, my first record in rock and alternative, my debut record. And you mean we're charting on active rock radio mainstream
Yeah.
with Metallica, with Metallica, Ghost, Linkin Park, Almonds, Green Day. Oh my gosh. There's Billy Eilish. I mean, all of these artists, and I'm just like, wow. So I'm I'm super grateful, and not only that, but people will find out. But when they find out what I look like, it's been the shocking experience.
What do you mean? What you look like?
Because we've talked about how I've been getting this whole thing about how are you? What were they saying? So it's one of those where I'm like the Justin Timberlake in the rock and alternative music. So how Justin Timberlake is in R&B, I'm that guy in rock and alternative. So it's like, what? And so and it's funny, man. The responses I've been getting, it's so funny.
Well,
and I love it because there's nothing like being different sometimes.
Well,
sometimes people need a little different to be.
I get it. Well, listen,
you know what I mean?
You're having great success, and it's wonderful that you keep your West Virginia roots. Stephen Thomas, Charleston, West Virginia native, recording artist. This latest single, Back Home, is hot, and he is 5-time Grammy nominated, and you're on your way, man. You're on your way. It's good to talk to you.
It was an honor, man. I appreciate you having me. I was told that this is the biggest talk show in the state, and so when I heard that, I was like, really? Like, this is crazy, you know. And I want to tell you, I'm happy to be here. And everyone that's listening, man, y'all stay tuned in. Keep your heads up. Keep dreaming. Keep striving. And make sure you follow me at Stephen T Music on Instagram. All socials, Stephen T Music, STEPHEN, T as in Thomas and Music. So follow me there, StephenTMusic.com. Man, shout out to you, Hoppy. I'm just grateful to be here, man. I appreciate you, brother, and hopefully we'll be performing soon, man. I need to get on some of these festivals down there.
Call Woody. Get Woody. I mean, get Woody off his keister and get Woody Woods busy. Woody Woods busy at the beat. Okay.
I'm telling you, man. I do. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to some of those things because I tell you this, But I'll say this, just a little bit of exclusive news.
Okay, go ahead.
Back Home is in talks we are in talks about Back Home with some big organizations as far as what's being broadcasted on TV right now.
Oh.
Kid you not.
Keep us posted. We'll follow you. Take care.
Kid you not. Hey, thanks, brother. You too, man. It's so great.
Take care. Talk soon.